I want to create an app that allows me to do chorded typing, but just using my normal keyboard. No, my keyboard does have N key rollover, which I think will be important because probably chorded typing will be a better experience with N key rollover. And the way I want to do this, I want to use this library called keyboard for Python. So it seems like it's able to, it's able to listen to keyboard events on apparently on Windows, Linux, or OS X, and it's also able to simulate key presses. So what I want to do is first I want to create an app that is able to recognize, let's say, keystrokes that involve multiple letters or like non-modifier keys in general. So basically, by keystroke, I would mean that a keystroke starts when I press a key, and then a keystroke ends when I release all the keys that I have pressed. So if I press multiple letters at once, it starts when I press the first one, and then it ends when I release the last one. So that way I could basically detect multiple letters being pressed all at once. And I want to create my app so that when only one letter key is pressed in this keystroke, do nothing. But if multiple letters are pressed at once, then try to do some action. So perhaps to do like chorded typing, so retrieve like a word from a dictionary based on the letters that were pressed, or perhaps launch some action, like maybe do something in my like my window manager, or launch an application, or switch to a specific window, or something like that. And I guess in order to make the chorded typing work in every app, or almost every app, I think that the way to do it is, well, detect the length of the keystroke, like how many letters were pressed, and then just when like let's say when a chord is detected, delete all the characters that were already typed using backspace, which should work in most cases. So if it's 3 letters pressed, just simulate pressing backspace 3 times, and then put in the word, like using simulated keystrokes. So first, I just want to focus on detecting the keystrokes that have multiple letters, and I believe that should be kind of easy with this library called Keyboard. So okay, preventing program. Okay, so basically we can have like a loop using this library. Okay, so I just have like a hello world here. And I've already installed this library, so I believe I should be able to import it. Oh, no module named keyboard. Okay. Maybe I have not actually installed my dependencies. Okay, nice, now it works. So now if I put this, I should have a loop. So it should never close. Yeah. Okay, so now let's try to detect key presses and key releases. Okay, repeatedly waiting. Invoking code when an event happens. Would not say hotkey. Press any key to continue. Key down. Keyboard.on press. Okay, this should work. Okay, so let's say I have like handle press. I guess this will be key. I don't know. Let's try to print out the key. Okay, so keyboard dot on what is it on press. Okay, on press handle press. Okay, so it's like keyboard event. I can see the keys that I'm pressing. So let's see, keyboard, what's the type of, oh, what's the keyboard event type? Like what does it have? Like, what am I doing? Keyboard event dot. Okay, let's see, source to JSON. Keyboard event. Scan code. Is it scan underscore code? Okay, but I want the actual letter, maybe. Event type. Name. So name, that will be like J down or whatever down. Oh, no, okay. I'm not entirely sure that this is what we will use in the end. But I think for now it's okay. Handle release. Okay, so let's see if I keep J pressed. Okay, that's weird. When I release it, nothing happens. And it repeats the action. Like, why is it repeating. If I only press it once, but I keep it pressed, it's repeatedly registering press event. But it's maybe because I have some kind of setting that makes repeated key presses automatically. I don't have, okay, even for control, I don't have a release event. Oh. So I cannot have both a release handler and a press handler. Is there? Okay, suppress. Installs the global listener on the available keyboards movement callback. Each time a key is pressed or released. Okay. So let's say handle hook, and then maybe handle hook, and I guess this should be, well, all these should be event. But I want to rename this one. And then event will have keyboard event type, key, is either down or up. What? Oh, okay, down or up, yep. Or keyboard key down, keyboard key up. Okay, so basically, if event type is keyboard dot key down, then handle press event. If event type is keyboard key up, then handle release. And that should be it. So actually, I think that the fact that the press event is repeated every couple milliseconds is okay. It doesn't actually matter, because my plan is to have a set of keys that are currently pressed. And then when a key is pressed, instead of printing this, I would well, let's say key is event.name. And then if not currently pressed, then we can say, okay, keystroke registered. What? Okay, that's not Python. Okay, so now if I just press one key, it should register keystroke when I release it. Okay. And if I press three or four keys at the same time, when I release it, it should register keystroke. Okay. So now, I want to put all the keys in this keystroke into a set, maybe. So basically, we add it to this, but we don't remove from here. Instead, okay, we can create like a handle keystroke. And then here we can say keystroke is registered. We can put the keystroke here and then set keystroke to be another empty set. I guess this to be global keystroke. If not currently pressed, handle keystroke. Okay, so that's Control C. If I press A and release it, it's a keystroke with just A. Let's say I press ASDF and release them. Okay, what happens if I press ASD, then press F, then release them? Okay, I don't know, I press AF, then press GK and release them. AF, GK. Okay. So I actually think I have the solution to detect these. Okay, so now let's okay, let's commit this. Okay, whatever. Um, yeah, I wonder if this thing will trigger itself when I automate things. But okay, basically, let's try to do something like delete delete all the keys that were pressed. So basically it's something like for key in keystroke. I don't know, do something here, and that should be, I don't know. Yeah. Is it like send key? Okay, send. So I think it's send backspace. So keyboard.send backspace. So basically backspace as many times as the number of keys pressed. So let's open gedit, and then is there a way to quickly increase the font size? Okay, so if I type like internet hello world, what if I type ASDF? Oh wait, I did not restart this, right? What? So now it actually deletes. I should, okay. So first of all, handle keystroke. So basically if length of keystroke is more than 1, then handle chord, and this should be basically keystroke, and def handle chord. Okay, so basically keys, and for each key in keys, send backspace. Let's try it now. Okay, I'll try to type hello world. Hello world. Whoops. If I type really slow, then seems to work. So basically, so probably I need to measure the time between the key presses, or like basically they should actually be pressed at the same time. So the keystroke should have a limited time span. It seems like I always actually press keys as kind of at the same time, as in I press another key before releasing the first one. But okay, let's try. If I put ASDF, it will delete it. Okay, so now it deletes like everything that I press all at the same time. It will delete it. And now, okay, let's say just simulate like what will happen when a word is sent there. So I don't know, like keyboard dot send. Can I send like an entire string? No, I don't know. Wait, is there a... Well, basically it can be something like for character in hello world send the character. So now if I run it again, if I type multiple keys at once, it should actually type hello world. Something. H is not mapped to... Okay, let's try first with just hello world. Just lowercase stuff. Why is it... Oh, of course this doesn't need to be nested here. Okay. Okay, that seems to be working really well. Okay, so what about um um like does the event have a timestamp or something? Time, okay. And now that's okay. I forgot what that actually means. So let's look at the time module. Yes. And so actually Python time delta, there's like such a thing as time delta. What is now? So basically I can do like from was time and not date time. Ah, okay, so it's for Unix time. Okay. How do I search for the time module? No, what? Time module. Why? Okay. Is that valid? Date time. Import now. Okay, so from date time import date time. Okay. So handle okay, so first key press is date time dot well okay it's alone. And then handle press if not first key press, then first key press. Should be date time dot now. And then handle chord handle keystroke. Okay, so keystroke and is datetime.now. Then we can make keystroke length. Should be keystroke end minus first key press, and then okay, let's see what that is. But it seems like it should not work. Oh, it's because it's possibly none. Okay, so if I press ASDF all at once, I don't fully understand if it's not seconds, is it milliseconds? But if I type hello world manually, then these they seem to be bigger numbers. How do I get the milliseconds again? Can we import time delta? Oh, okay, so we can just add it here. Oh, fuck. And we divided by 1 millisecond. Oh, it's millisecond with double L. I don't understand how. What I mean? What 5,000 milliseconds is 5 seconds. Yeah. So I don't understand. Time difference in milliseconds not working for me. Did I put no, that's correct. Keystroke end minus first key press. Or it should be no, it's a floating point number. So if I press return, that's 81 milliseconds. It makes sense to me. If I press ASDF all at once. Okay, it registers. Okay. So we have some kind of two bugs actually. Some kind of bug with not. Okay. So here we need to set first key press to none. Oh, it's referenced before. Okay, so key error L. Okay, but this is STFA 100. Let's try. I mean, I'm not sure about the numbers yet, so let's fix the other bugs. The other bug is that it's registering its own key presses. So basically, it's like should be true handle press, if not, okay. If not register key presses, then return. And then here, register key presses is false. And then it's true. Okay, I should start converting this to a class because of these globals are annoying. Let's see. That's 160. And then, so these are very, very similar times. But wait, is the bug fixed? Okay. There's also that key error bug. Okay. So my idea is maybe to register, instead of registering the first key press, register all the key presses. And then naming is getting confusing here. It's key, let's say, there's times of all the key presses, key press times. And then look at how far apart they are. So at least if you press multiple keys at once, I would assume that at least those should be closer together in time than 2 consecutive key presses. So in handle press, and I mean, this doesn't need to be a set, it can be a list. And in handle press, it should just be key press times dot happened currently pressed. Okay, so when a keystroke is not first key press, it should be key press times equals empty list. And it's not keystroke end, this should be last key press. And it should be basically maximum of key press times. And first key press should be minimum of key press times. Okay, let's see what happens now. So DL is like 100. RO is 85. I don't know. $69, 72, 79, 97, 57. Mm-hmm. Okay, what if I press, I don't know, DFOP? It's 25. Okay, so let's say that keystroke length has to be more than one, and I mean keystroke number of characters of keystroke has to be more than one, and keystroke length should be maybe under 30. Okay, so now I can easily type. Oh, okay. DO, it was 0.016. But that's weird. Okay. I type. So, I don't know. So let's make it a little bit lower, like 20. So chording still works. No. So that now it's difficult to actually press them at the same time. Let's put 25. Okay, now it's easy. Ish. No, it's still not that easy. Yeah, it needs to be around 40. Oh, okay, so let me maybe do like a quick monkey type to see if it interferes with that. Oops. Okay. Okay, so it does interfere. But then the other idea is to also register the key releases and make sure that the first release is after the last press. First release. Is that true? So, first release. Yeah, I think so because if I type fast and the first key is released after the second one is pressed, those should not be the same keystroke. So the last, well, so wait, the last press should be before the first release. So it should be and last key press is before first release. And now I just have to key release times handle press handle release. Okay, global. Key release times dot and wait time it now. And then what? How can this happen? It's no longer doing chords at all though. Key press times is an empty sequence. How can so that's a chord that worked too. Maybe this could even be 60. And even if okay, where is keystroke handled? So probably this. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. So keystroke is always handled. Mm. Let's try monkey type and see what happens. Okay. That's weird, but then I also wonder, is this part even needed? Oh, yes. Or the logic doesn't really work. I still some key press times is an empty sequence. Okay, let's print keystroke. Well, okay. Release times. Base O. Let's call that debug. Okay, so also releases should not be handled when register key presses is false. How? Currently, okay, O space. Does this only have to do with space? No. DL and then D and then DL again. L, DL. Oh. Mm. L, O. R, R, E. And it didn't register chord E, E, M. Didn't register chord M. Didn't register chord. ER. Walk. ORE is an empty sequence. Why? So OE, OE, R. So R, press times ER, ORE. Then OE, there's a one release time, okay? So R was released. Then O was released. And then E was released. And so when was that E released? I need to... need to print the event itself. Let's see. That was... So the M was released. Okay, so the last... What was the ERN? The first release has to be before the last... No, after the last press, but that's true here. I guess. Mm. So what, the first release has to be after the last press. First release, it is actually after the last press. So okay, so also any release should erase, like it doesn't matter if a keystroke is handled, these should be erased. Like there should be only one thing handling those keys, right? Okay, but now it's not even registering anything. And still, min arg is empty sequence, which must key press times be empty. Okay, key press times. Okay, when is handle keystroke called? If not currently pressed. Okay, so it should only happen if there is a keystroke. Well, but there should always be. Okay, let's see. Keystroke currently pressed. Okay, so and keystroke. What's keystroke? Okay, it's the keys. Okay, why is okay, last key press should be before the first release. Handle release. So anytime a key is released, we should handle the keystroke. Like this should not happen, right? SDF. No, even this should not happen. Okay. ASD. Oh wait, okay. So currently pressed should be set to an empty set as well. Okay. Okay. So now I'm just wondering, is this even good? Mm. So okay, this is not needed now because we will delete it afterwards anyways. Oh, fuck. Okay. So now I was somehow creating keystrokes. Okay. Okay. I have to type really slow. So, okay, so if there is a keystroke with more than one key and the last key press is before first release. But is that it's not needed, right? But now it's not going to do anything. What? Okay, now there won't be release times. First release, last. First key press. Okay, last key press has to be before first release. But what's banana first release and last key press? Guess there is release times. It's just that it's so it's already erased when this debug print happens. Print event type, event name, event time after handle release. And then print debug. But we only register things after the first well, things before the first release. Oh, but okay. The problem is that another key is being pressed. Okay. Some maybe the simple answer is to require the keystroke to have at least 3 keys. I think that's not possible with just fast typing. Oh. Okay, so now the problem is that there's a lot of chords that are very difficult to type, so things to chords. So notice that it's very difficult to, or nearly impossible to, like, type with the same hand on multiple rows. So it's inconvenient to type on same hand. On the same hand with a combination of more than one row plus one row. So row 1 and 3 together never happen. But on the same hand. Typing, I mean, more one character on the same finger. It's very hard. Typing basically anything from TGB, so anything from the TGB or YHN column is very difficult if there's anything else on the same hand, basically. So it's okay to use those letters, but that should be the only letter on that hand. And then, okay, anything on one row is better. Basically 3 to 4 characters in a chord is okay. 5 is doable. I mean, probably anything more than that is a bit difficult. But I guess it's probably okay on the home row. What else? Yeah, I mean, I guess P, Z, and Q are more difficult letters. So I guess very frequent words should be mainly typed with mainly with the home row with few characters, or if not possible to do it only with the home row, then it's better to use characters that are actually easy to type. And perhaps for less frequent words, it's okay to use like P or Q. Maybe it's okay to use like 5 or more characters as well. So I guess the best idea would be to, I mean, actually start doing test-driven development. I didn't want to do it in the beginning because I really wasn't sure how this library for the keyboard works, and I just wanted to try things out. So, I mean, I will write tests for those as well, probably mocking the library, unless there's some sophisticated way to create a fake keyboard. I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, for the matching or generating of the chords or the chord to word dictionary, I think that there's no excuse not to do test-driven development. So I guess the first thing to do is to install PyTest. So let's see the documentation. So Okay, I need to install a PyTest library. I have poetry, so it should be poetry add -dev PyTest. I think it's -dev. Oh, that's slow. Why is it that slow? What's going on? Uh, really? Oh, okay. Okay, so it's installed, so I'm just gonna copy paste this test file. Okay, test core generator .py. And then let's try poetry run PyTest. Okay, so I got the failure. So I can try, well, I can start writing like an actual implementation. So it should be something like from chords import generate chords, and then test returns chords. Well, returns chords with a chords that are okay, chords that have score. So it should be, I guess, something like okay, chords equals list generate chords. Assert that. I don't know, like that. Let's say this specific word. I don't know. A D K is in chords. So it should fail because we don't have chords.py. Why is this so slow? What? Oh, like, what's going on?